In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most wise. Today we expose one of the most disturbing contradictions in the teachings of Abdullah Hashim, the man who claims to be the Mahdi, and his predecessor, Ahmad al-Hassan. His conflicting descriptions of heaven and hell, taken from the writings of his own so-called Imam. Abdullah Hashim is not a divinely guided leader, but a man inventing theology to serve his personal desires. And the contradictions are not minor. It shifts from symbolic to literal, from spiritual to sexual. Let's begin with the sayings of Ahmad al-Hassan. In saying 287, it's been found in both editions the following. When the Quran says, for example, that in heaven there are rivers of wine, honey, huris, servants and boys, this is not the meaning of it. Rather, these are ideas that convey to us the bliss of heaven. The soul does not resemble the body. These things are in the higher realms, are not the same as the things in the world of bodies and matter. So according to Ahmad al-Hassan, heaven is not physical. There are no literal huris, there's no wine, no honey, it's all a metaphor. But that didn't last long.
Heaven is a place that exists. It is a place that is promised for the believers. The existence in paradise is one where everything that you wish for is made manifest and you have access to it. And there's nothing that is withheld from you. There's nothing that is off limits.
Right.
All things go in paradise. Like a film cover. It's like a small little film strip. Imagine like a lens or something, right? That is placed over the eye. There is something, the Imam says, that is placed over the eye like a film covering. And if that was to be removed, we would be able to see paradise in front of our very eyes.
Yes.
But it's because this film covering is on there that we perceive and see only the things that are in this realm, in this world, when really it's like it's a fake world. It's this earthly realm that we are in right now. It's an illusion. It's a dream. It's not real. So imagine it's like people wearing something over their eyes that creates a virtual reality type of experience. That's what this physical dimension is like. And if we just have the ability to remove it, we would be able to see reality how it is, and that is a reality that includes in it a paradise or a heaven. We'd see reality as it is, and it is a heaven that's existing.
Yes.
And Hurain, Huris, women of paradise that are available for sex and immortal youth, etc. And and I had an amazing discussion, and it's all in the Call of the Wise, with Imam Ahmad al-Hassan about different possibilities in paradise. So I asked him, well, what if the men in paradise want to have sexual relations with the immortal youth, those boys, the men, that are made, that are the manifestation of the desires of the females. What if, in other words, what if it is the desire of somebody who's in paradise to have a homosexual relationship? Is homosexuality allowed in paradise? And the Imam said absolutely, and that the Hurain are not just for the men, that the women, if they desired the Hurain, they could also have them, and vice versa, the men, if they desired these young men, that are the equivalent of the Hurain, the immortal boys as they are called, or immortal youth as they are called, the Wildan Mukhalladun, if the men desired to be with them sexually, that would also be available to them. So basically, there's nothing that is off limits.
In the same year as the first edition, in 2022, Abdullah Hashim released the book, The Call of the Wise. He rewrites the entire religion. It's been stated in door number 1, as for the location of the Garden of Eden, it was in present-day Iraq. Now, this is a clear, concrete claim that paradise is a real place in Iraq. But in door number 20, he shifts again. Ahmad al-Hassan says to Abdullah Hashim, paradise is on earth, my son. It's the same physical space we're in now. The only thing that prevents us from seeing it is a creature that lives over the eye. If a person draws closer to God, he can kill it and remove it. So paradise is nowhere, it's everywhere, but invisible. And access to it apparently blocked by a parasite over your eye. And of course, only the self-declared Mahdi can remove it. Now we turn to door number 20. Ahmad al-Hassan says, yes, son, we have bodies that are physical in paradise and appropriate for the world. Everything that a person wishes for is there for them in paradise. Since sex is what most human beings think of and desire, God made these things exist in paradise. It is women, son, beautiful women, the likes that no one has ever seen. Of course, Abdullah Hashim asked, and the everlasting boys? They are also for sex. They are for the men and for the women. If a woman in paradise wants to be with a huri, she can. And if a man wants to be with a man, he can be. In paradise, there is no right and wrong, no halal and haram, allowed and forbidden. A person of higher rank may have intercourse with anyone of lower rank, but not with someone of higher rank unless they allow it. So let me get this straight. In Abdullah Hashim's version of Islam, even the little boys aren't safe in paradise. He says it's heaven, and they dare to call this divine? The Prophet warned us about false claimants, but I don't think anyone expected a self-proclaimed Mahdi to turn paradise into some Neverland for perverts. This isn't guidance. This is grooming. It's not a heavenly reward, it's a powerful fantasy where sex is currency and spiritual rank determines access to bodies. And yes, that includes men, women, and even boys. And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, Ahmad al-Hassan says, my son, I am sure of one thing, and that is that if I sent you to hell and told you it was paradise, you would go forth completely believing that it's paradise. Now, this is not divine leadership. This is cult programming, plain and simple. This is not the speech of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, or his Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. This is speech of a man demanding absolute, unquestioning loyalty, even if it means walking into hell. So let's summarize what Abdullah Hashim and his evolving castes of Mahdis want you to believe. They want you to believe that heaven is first symbolic, then sexual, then it has a geographical location, and then it's mystical. Paradise includes huris and boys for sex, even for homosexual pleasure. And who gets access? All depends on your spiritual rank. There are no rules, no halal or haram, just fantasy, fulfillment. And if he sends you to hell and tells you it's heaven, you expect it to believe him. So let us be clear, this is not the language of the Quran. This is not the teaching of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. This is not the Sunnah. This is a contradiction. This is fabrication. This is cult theology, and it must be exposed. We must reject Ahmad al-Hassan. We must reject Abdullah Hashim. We must reject doctrinal chaos. We must reject the distortion of the afterlife. Stick to the Book of Allah and the true teachings of the Prophet and his household, peace be upon them. Do not trade your afterlife for the fantasies of the false Mahdis. Assalamu alaikum.